Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your stud showing, and I'm going to, I guess, do a review or video tour of my coffee corner build mock. Um, this was one of the first buildings on the street. I started off with the bank at the one end and this at the other end, so the two corner buildings, and filled in between them over time with kind of a rough idea of what buildings I wanted on the street, going down that way, kind of towards where the crane is. So this was kind of inspired by a Starbucks. As you can see, the colors are tan and dark green. Uh, this was originally just a very square building. It was my first attempt at a modern design building, and built it probably 11, 12 years ago. Over the years, it did not grow on me as more and more buildings grew around it, and they were very square. So um, it was just kind of a quick building, and you can see the interior design has changed to more recently to the Central Perk interior from Lego. But when I originally built this, the interior was very bland. Um, the outside was more modern, but lacked style. So that's one of the struggles with modern is it's very simple, but if you build it out of Lego, it can look non-stylish, I guess you could say. Doesn't have contours or anything, and that's where it landed 12 years after I built it. Was it just it didn't spark my eye anymore. I wasn't too happy with it. So I redid the corner of it, rounded it off, put in an angle, and now it has some character in the city as a small little coffee shop. So let's go inside. So roof lifts off just like a modular. Has some Wi-Fi antennas and some vents with a skylight. Very simple. Half a base or a quarter of a base plate with a rounded edge size. So I think it's 16 by 16. Inside, like I mentioned, it is a Central Perk theme. I basically I bought two Central Perks, one for my wife and one for me. I just needed the pieces off it after seeing her build, seeing how cool it was and how much detail. I wanted some pieces for my gas station. But anyways, I used all the interior pieces for my outdated coffee shop, and it is really dark in there. So hopefully you can see some design. Um, Up by the upper right hand corner, you can see that's the little creamer station and stuff where you can put cream and sugar in your coffee. You got the standard just out of the Central Perk counter with the cookies towards the right and stuff. I incorporated the cups on the wall that you could buy, kind of like when you walked into Starbucks, you could buy their novelty cups. Uh, the blackboard with all the recipes for the day, a chair, which I want to build another seat kind of in the lower right hand corner, and yeah, very simple coffee shop, not too much. Very high walls though. This building is a very deep building, so to get hands in there is very tight. But interior, very basic. You can see the roof is simple, just lays right there. The outside, I've kept it from pretty much the same color scheme as when I first built it, the dark green and tan. Even the tan line below the top windows, that was in my original build. What I really changed is the roof was a dark gray, and I changed that to tan to kind of make it a little bit more lighter on the eyes and catch the eyes too, since there's not too much tan in the city downtown. Yeah, so it used to be exactly square, perfectly squared, and so I cut away the corner, and this is the hardest part on these small corner buildings is you want to add detail, but you don't want to take away too much interior room. So I just added a corner. I wanted it to look more like a bow than a just kind of 45 angled corner, but if you could kind of see that windows on the bottom are pushed inward a little bit to add some angle. put a plant right there on the outside of the corner, and that's just using a nipple piece with a top of a dome, kind of a settling tank piece turned upside down, and then some plants in the stem ran all the way through it to hold everything together on a 2x2 hopper. We got some cool little lights, which are really simple to make. If you can see them, it's just a black cup upside down with a yellow, clear, translucent round and a round black stud. And it's just placed upside down for some cool design factor. Very simple. I'm utilizing the stud snot technique with some, I guess, greebling. I don't know if it's greebling. But the tan stripe across just poking out. I was thinking about smoothing it out, but I do like the studs. It adds some character, them facing outwards. Place these two little mopeds there. I don't know what sets they came in. Not using the standard red ones. The blue, gosh, I want to say one of them came in a Lego Creator set. Can't remember. Azul blue, and the mint green. The mint green one actually came, I believe, in a friend set, and has a little pink basket on the back. Just pop of color, draws your eyes to this very small build. The door is over here on the kind of main street with the median and the flowers. I got a small little frog up here just as a design to cap off the corner. But yeah, so that's my corner coffee build. Really small build. Added in some detail and stuff. But it's one of those, if you're working on a corner and you only have a quarter base plate, this makes a great little build to showcase some design and also have windows on both sides. And I think a coffee shop is just fitting for a small little nook, really cozy into a city. And single story, no staircase, no room for a staircase really. But it does add contrast to the buildings around it, which are quite a bit bigger, 3-story, 4-story buildings around it. So I like it. Tell me what you think. If you want to see more, I'm going to start doing more video reviews of some buildings. Or check me out on Instagram. Name's the same. your_studs_showing. I post a lot of photos on that of my city. And yeah, hope you have a great day and you enjoyed my video.